Hey folks, with more and more of our work meetings happening virtually now, the need for a good headset increases. And if you're anything like me, you just don't quite like being tangled with wires. So if you're looking for a Bluetooth headset that is designed for calls while blocking background noises, both the ones you hear and the ones people on the other end of the line hear, then this review is for you. Welcome to a review of the Jabra Evolve2 85 Bluetooth headset. So just to set the scene, I will give a quick showdown of the main features of this headset. Then we'll go to the part that matters the most. We'll run through a series of tests to see how it sounds like and how well the microphone performs at cancelling out background noises. Lastly, we'll compare it to a wireless alternative, in this case the AirPods Pro, and a wired alternative, another Jabra wired headset, the Jabra Evolve 40, to see how it performs in both quiet and noisy environments. So let's get started. So this is what comes in the box. This is the USB-A version. There is another version which is USB-C. The headset itself is the same, but the Bluetooth dongle is a USB-C dongle instead of a USB-A dongle. In the box, you get the carrying case, and if you ordered it with a desktop stand, you get that as well. This is what the carrying case looks like. This is what it looks like side by side to the Bose QC35 headset. The Jabra is slightly larger and thicker than the Bose. In the carrying case, you get the headset. You get an airline adapter with a 3.5mm input. You get a USB-C to USB-A charging cable. You get a 3.5mm to 3.5mm audio cable. And tucked in over here, it's a bit hard to see, is the USB Bluetooth dongle that you will use to connect to your PC or your MacBook. On the headset itself, you have the volume down, volume up, and play button on the right ear cup, as well as the Teams button that brings up Microsoft Teams and answers calls. You have the retractable boom arm mic over here, which retracts like this. And on the left ear cup, you have the power on toggle switch, as well as the pairing switch. You have the USB-C charging port, the 3.5mm input, and a button that toggles between active noise cancelling here through and turns it off. You also have the connectors over here that will be used to dock it onto the stand. The Jabra Evolve2 85 retails for $450 or $500 if you opt to get the desktop stand. They have active noise cancelling, which seems to be good. ANC usually shines in low frequencies and steady sounds, like that of a jet engine. However, with COVID-19, I was not able to get on a plane a single time this year, and thus could not test how effective the ANC is compared to that of Bose, Sony's, or even the AirPods Pro. The Evolve2 85 also have hear-through mode, which does the exact opposite. It uses the external microphones to let in the ambient sounds, in case you'd like to be aware of what's happening around you, if you're out jogging, for example. The hear-through sounds good, but since they have large ear cups that do some passive noise isolation, hear-through does not sound very natural like it does with the AirPods Pro, for example, who have managed to make transparency mode remarkably natural. The Evolve 2 can be connected to your computer and smartphone or tablet at the same time, which is a good option to have. It has a whopping 37-hour battery life. This is the claimed and not tested battery life and fast charge that gives you 8 hours of battery life with just 15 minutes of charging. You can get to a full charge in 2.5 hours. It has 40mm drivers and 10 microphones, though I'm personally wary of these claims, primarily because of an experience with the Jabra 65Ts. Great earbuds, but terrible call quality, despite the claimed 4-microphone system. When I ran a series of tests that kind of disputed that claim and reached out to Jabra, the response I got from one of their engineers was, at the start of a phone call, the 4 microphones in the Elite Active 65Ts are sampled, and at that point, the best microphone is picked. That same microphone is then used for the duration of the call. If the environment changes and that microphone is no longer optimal, it will not switch. This was a bit disappointing, and I felt a bit misled by Jabra's marketing of the 4-microphone system. To be clear, I have not carried such tests on the Evolve2 85, nor have I contacted Jabra to inquire about them. There well may be 10 microphones being used simultaneously, but my past experience makes me wary of that claim. So, enough talk. Let's see how these microphones actually perform. This is a test of the call quality of the Jabra Evolve2 85 in a quiet environment using the ear cup mics. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. A pack of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Now let's extend the boom arm and see what that sounds like. This is a test of the call quality of the Jabra Evolve2 85 in a quiet environment with the mic boom arm extended. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. A pack of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Now let's see how they perform in a noisy environment. This is a test of the call quality of the Jabra Evolve2 85 in a noisy environment using the ear cup microphones. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. A pack of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Now I will extend the boom arm and let's see how that sounds. This is a test of the call quality of the Jabra Evolve2 85 in a noisy environment with the boom arm extended. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. A pack of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. For reference, this is how loud the background noises were during these tests. The audio is picked up from the camera microphone. Careful, it's loud. This is a test of the Jabra Evolve2 85 in a noisy environment with the boom arm extended. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. A pack of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Now let's compare them to some alternatives, both wired and wireless, and see how the Evolve2 85s compare. This is a test of the call quality of the AirPods Pro in a quiet environment. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. And this is a test of the call quality of the AirPods Pro in a noisy environment. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Now let's compare them to another Jabra headset, but this time a wired one, the Evolve 40, which retails at a little over $100. This is a test of the call quality of the Jabra Evolve 40 wired headset in a quiet environment. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. And this is a test of the call quality of the Jabra Evolve 40 wired headset in a noisy environment. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. So, after listening to these recordings and others, this is my conclusion. The noise suppression is pretty impressive, especially with the boom arm. However, it appears not to be on par with a wired headset like the Evolve 40, but still impressive. It's not fair to compare the Evolve2 85 with the boom arm extended to the AirPods Pro, or any earbud for that matter. The proximity of the microphone of the boom arm to your mouth means it's much easier for it to identify your voice and cancel out the background noises. The microphones in earbuds are very far from your mouth, so they have a much more complicated job to do to overcome this and separate your voice from the background. Having said that, kudos to the AirPods Pro that do a remarkable job at that. I'm inclined to even say that the background noise suppression is even superior with the AirPods Pro. However, that ends up slightly suppressing my voice as well. With the Evolve2 85 with the boom arm extended, while the background noises were slightly less suppressed, my voice was louder and clearer than with the AirPods Pro, which is again quite understandable as the microphone in the boom arm is right next to my mouth. So here's what I liked. One of the nice things I like about the Evolve2 85 is that you can use the ear cup mics to make phone calls without having to extend the boom arm. Especially convenient if you are outside or on the move. Though if there's some noises around, the ear cup microphones aren't that great at cancelling those out and picking up your voice clearly. Which brings us to the mic boom arm. I really like the concept of a retractable boom arm. I like the fact that it tucks in neatly, and I especially like the fact that you can push it up to mute in a call. I find myself using that extensively in my meetings, and I can easily remain on mute until I want to speak, and I just flick it down. I love the fact that it comes with a Bluetooth dongle, which makes connections to your PC or Mac quick and seamless. And I like that the dongle has a light that turns red when the call is on mute. That's a really nice detail, and with just one glimpse, you can know if you're on mute or not. I like the idea of the desktop stand, but I don't always get it to sit right from the first attempt. I also like that it is using a USB-C connector type. What I do not like, the connection is quick with the dongle, though I did find that sometimes it loses this connection and I have to turn off the headset and back on, but it's not a major issue. I certainly don't like the placement of the mute button on the boom arm. It's small, in a tight place, not easy to press or hit. I would have rathered the mute button on the ear cup and much larger. But this doesn't bother me much as I just flip the arm up to mute. Although I like the concept of the boom arm, I find it's a bit flimsy sometimes and I'm not sure of the longevity of it. But I did like the idea. It also sometimes doesn't stay in place and unmutes the call. I'm not too fond of the comfort level as well. It's not that they're uncomfortable, but I do get some feeling of fatigue after wearing them for a while. The fact that I wear glasses doesn't help, but I have worn more comfortable headsets, like my Bose QC35 for example, but also not a major issue. So I hope this review was helpful and that hearing for yourself the Evolve2 85s in both a quiet and noisy environment would help you in your purchase decision. If you liked this video, please hit the like button as this would help encourage me to make further videos. If you did not like the video, feel free to hit the thumbs down button and share your thoughts and comments in the comments section below. If you'd like to see more of this content, please subscribe to my channel where I will be reviewing more tech items in the weeks and months to come. Until next time, cheers.